So we'll start by opening a predefined sketch here, or a predefined template. What I'm going to use is actually one I have set up for my plasma cutter. Since we're talking sketches, we'll use this as an example. In my default template, I have a standard sketch in there. So for this example, we'll just open up a DWG. And this is a rough DWG that I have as a reference for testing. When I use complex sketches from a DWG, I always create them as a block to move them. So we'll just create a quick block here. We'll move it down to the bottom and get it somewhere on our sheet. Now on my plasma, the outside sketch, which is set as stock, is the size that my machine can cut, 4 foot by 8 foot. Once you have it moved into position, I always explode the block. It makes it easier for selection in SOLIDWORKS CAM. There are some limitations right now with sketch blocks, so we'll just leave it as a sketch. As you can see here in my stock, I'm using the outside perimeter sketch, putting in a thickness. We'll just do 1045 for this example, and that sets the value. Anytime you're going to program in 2D from a sketch, you have to have stock defined. So that means you would create a sketch for your stock and define that. Our next step is to define the 0, and then we'll insert a standard 2.5 axis feature. Now, if your sketch is a simple sketch, you can just click the sketch over on the left-hand side in the feature manager, and it'll automatically grab the geometry. You don't have to manually select. For complex sketches like what you see on the screen, where there's lots of shapes and internal and external, you're going to have to manually go through and select the profile you want for each one. In my tech database, I have one set up for plasma, so that way everything's already predefined for my machine. So when I pick plasma, it goes ahead and adds the correct contour mill that I need with the correct diameter based on the beam of my plasma. So I have some automation set up by using save operation plan here. And then if we look and simulate this, you can see that we have our simulation. We'll look at it in toolpath mode versus turbo. It looks a little bit cleaner. And from here, we're pretty much going to go through and do the same thing on the letter T. So we'll pick our sketch and geometry. And again, if each one of these profiles were its own individual sketch, you could select the sketches without picking them. It just sort of depends upon the process you're going to use. So when I generate this here, I missed a step, so I left it as a default rough finish. So I'm just going to change my parameters back to plasma, regenerate them, and it'll make the correct settings that I need for my plasma. And from here, that's pretty much it.